Show me your news. All right, Ben, let's talk about Microsoft.
Okay, I don't remember much. But that's good. That's a good thing, I think. I remember EA's being just a train wreck. I remember Ubisoft, I was just angry the whole time.
Yep.
Sony's obviously took most of my mind. But Microsoft, I don't remember much. They played it pretty safe this year, I think, with a lot of non-glamour and stuff that they thought were big announcements. Stuff about Halo 5. It looks interesting. I think a lot of people kind of want Halo to just kind of end and just maybe go what COD is kind of turning into, where it's just a lot more multiplayer focus and just not worry too much about what Master Chief's up to these days. Apparently he's a criminal or something.
Well,
They're hunting him.
Yeah, it's going to be back and forth between Master Chief's story, who's on the hunt for Cortana, and then you have Agent Locke, or Spartan Locke, who's going to have his team. And it's like very, co-op team-based gameplay, I think, this time around is the big thing.
Spartan Locke is the most lunkhead action hero name I've ever heard in my entire life.
Really,
What's
man?
his name? His name's Spartan Locke.
It's like all the Space Mutiny names.
With an E at the end.
Because he's edgy.
Ooh. But yeah, he's hunting Master Chief because he's with the UNSC, the government, and according to their eyes, Master Chief is a deserter. He's left. Went to do his own thing. So, they see him as a traitor, and so it's kind of this back and forth, like, who's telling the truth, whose side are you on, blah, blah, blah. I mean, so that'll be interesting. The squad-based gameplay will be nice, especially if you're doing local co-op. Little nice things for Halo fans, like Buck is on Locke's team, and that's played by Nathan Fillion, a character that was in Halo 3 ODST. So that's really cool to see him and his face kind of rendered out in these current gen graphics.
Yeah, it looks really pretty. I don't know. I can't get too excited about it because I really want Microsoft to just put Halo on PC more.
I can get excited about it. I love Halo.
Yeah,
I want to play it. I will get excited for you.
There you go.
Where's your excitement at for it?
I would scream right now, but I think people in my apartment building would be kind of worried.
Halo!
Oh my god, Halo!
Keiji Inafune is making a new game, which is called Recore.
Yeah.
And Keiji Inafune bet on the wrong horse. I will say, I said that when this trailer first came out, and a lot of people were like, I don't know what you mean. I think you'll be fine. It's Inafune. I don't think the Xbox One's going to last much longer, personally, and I think Keiji Inafune bet on the wrong horse.
Wait, you don't think the Xbox One's going to last much longer?
I don't think it's going to last long enough that this is going to be seen as a sound business strategy for Keiji Inafune. That, or I don't think this game's gonna sell well enough. Because, I don't know, somehow, for some reason, this makes sense in my head, but probably not in my words.
I think what you're trying to say, and I think what I'm trying to decipher for what you're saying, is that to bet on this as the exclusive, if you want to sell the units, that if you think the Xbox One players, this is what they're interested in as an exclusive game.
I think a lot of the Xbox One's user base probably doesn't know who Keiji Inafune is. So that name recognition probably isn't really there as much as it would be with the PS4 and as much as it definitely would be with the Wii U.
That I can agree more with, as opposed to the stability of the long term for the platform.
I worded it badly. I just don't think that he picked the right system to make an exclusive for. But hey, he's Keiji Inafune. I like to believe he knows what he's doing. So
money can also talk for Microsoft
that is very true.
When they're in need of the exclusives.
He did put Rush in the game though.
Yeah.
So.
All these
I
dogs
hope actually Rush.
It's Rush. It's Rush and Samus because it's Metroid Prime's Armchair Studio.
That's right. Yeah. I think the big announcement overall for the whole, maybe even E3 as a whole, and granted it did come with caveats, but Microsoft is the first big conference to then say that they are doing Xbox 360 backwards compatibility.
Big.
That's huge.
I was amazed at that. for a couple of reasons. One, they thought it was a huge, like it was this big, impressive feat. I also figured, why wasn't that already a thing?
Mm-hmm.
Why would you make a console that's not backwards? I guess there's some business aspects to it, but that seems silly that's. Yeah.
With PlayStation, it made more sense that they had to get away from the cell processor and how the PlayStation 3 was designed so differently to get it more back to a PC-based architecture. But yeah, like when you're running like with DirectX and all that, yeah, it is strange. Now they had the list of 100 that were working like that day if you were part of the preview program, whatever, and they're looking to have it, I think, grow to, was it like 1,000 or something like that? Or something like that by the end of the year. But it's a case-by-case basis. It's not a whole universal thing, which is that's the weird thing, is that they have to go around and ask.
Well, like, was I hearing it right when they were like, it downloads it onto your Xbox One. You put in the disc, and it's like, all right, this is the disc for this game, so we know you own it. Mm-hmm. Here, have this download. And I'm sure there will be something like, oh, we can detect that this disc has been downloaded somewhere else before. Because obviously you have to have that, or you could just take a game over to your friend's house and boom, they have that game forever, which isn't exactly good for business.
Sounds pretty similar to their initial ideas of games on Xbox One.
I kind of like that idea, but if it does work like that, which all the flaws I've thought of with that idea make me believe that it probably doesn't, and I'm probably just understanding it wrong. Because, I mean, imagine this. You download all your 360 games, and then you can just go trade them all in and get money. Like, I guess my question is, do you need the disc every time you play, or does it install the entire game onto your system?
That's an interesting question. I don't think it's something we've necessarily heard yet, so we will see when it becomes more into practice. I think it's also nice that it opens up the Xbox Live arcade library as well.
That seems like a really fast way to drain that hard drive space.
Oh yeah, well that's why they had the 1 terabyte system just
announced. I guess, but you can fill up a terabyte pretty quickly. Mm-hmm. It's very doable.
I know I'm managing with my PS4 and the 500 gigs on a launch system there. I'm like, I'm deleting games, but at least they're in my library still.
Sure.
But not deleting PT because what the fuck, Konami? Oh my god.
Never give up. Never give up. I'm trying to go for physical games as much as I can.
Mm-hmm. And you still have to install them, but
it's
it takes up space. But it brought the announcement of then Rare Replay of the 30 games, for $30 on August 4th. It kind of brought that into an interesting perspective because like with the backwards compatibility, yeah, that makes sense now. And then when they say like, oh, if you've played Banjo-Kazooie, because they advertise like, oh, it's 10,000 G when you put that in a trailer. That's kind of stupid to advertise achievements like that.
We all care about gamer score because this is apparently 2005.
Mm-hmm. But say you got all the gamer score points for Banjo-Kazooie on Xbox 360 with the Xbox Live Arcade. You can't get those points again when you play Rare Replay because it's using essentially the same game. It's all based on the Xbox Live Arcade versions, or in some of these they've made new versions. But a lot of those games that were on XBLA, it's using the same game and the same gamer score. Hell, if you upload your cloud save, you could continue that right on your Xbox One. So all these little caveats with some of these announcements are a little strange.
I just can't wait until they get to the point where I hope that it shows the original system that the games were on, so that all the Super Nintendo games and Nintendo 64 games have to say Nintendo. Because that'd be amazing for me. But also, it's missing basically 5 of Rare's most famous games.
Yeah, why did they use nuts and bolts for fuck's sake?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think they were just throwing on all the games they could from Rare, and they weren't really thinking, what games do people like from Rare?
Grant Kirkhope was like...
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
They can't put any of the Donkey Kong countries on there, obviously. Can't put DK64. They can't put GoldenEye, which was also a very big Rare title. Mm-hmm. I don't even know if Perfect Dark's on there.
Perfect Dark's on there. I think Jet Force Gemini is on there.
Lunar Jetman.
Yeah.
They put on Cameo the Elements of Power, which I've only heard bad things about.
Hey, Viva Pinata.
Viva Pinata, which I've only seen a video of Viva Pinata and it looked weird as shit, and I don't actually know how that game plays.
Rare's new game, though, is Sea of Thieves. And it's like
You mean Project Dream?
Yeah, the pirate MMO.
Ah, yes, the pirate part from Sly 3.
Arg.
It all comes back to Sly Cooper, ladies and gentlemen. That's
I
3
ruined
parts.
his lives.
We mentioned Sly Cooper. Nintendo. Hey, Senzara should be making Sly. Sony. Why aren't you doing Sly? Hey, pirate part Sly.
This is just the year of where the fuck is Sly.
You want to talk about the weird announcement, though? I mean, the Elite controller.
A whole trailer for that.
What the?
I mean, yeah, and it looks nice. Don't get me wrong, but
It's way too expensive for a start.
yeah, they didn't show the price. And
$150.
yeah, we're watching. What
Jeez.
show is it? And one of the shows that wasn't as interesting, maybe EA. And then the news broke online that like, oh, this is the price. It's $150.
Good God.
You gotta be fucking kidding.
Yeah, it was the one that you were falling asleep to, I think.
Yeah, it might have been EA. That's crazy. So yeah, they of course have some partnerships there. I mean, Division's gonna be there, and Fallout 4 is seeing that at Xbox. I mean, that was surprising. Granted, they said like, oh, there's a new gameplay, and it wasn't new gameplay, but you can blow it out your ass.
What's up with Tomb Raider's release date?
How do you get sucked into that vacuum? How do you make it the same day as Fallout 4? Now, granted, I liked how it looked. I mean, it's just like the first game, very similar to Uncharted.
Yeah.
So it looks good. I mean, there's less sexual moaning, it seems, which that's a good step. Progress.
Yeah, it's progress, but also, like, she's more human, then proceeds to do a fucking superhuman jump.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's kind of the earlier game. I hope it gets a PC release down the road.
Oh, yeah, you gotta think that with all the
Yeah.
Windows 10 stuff, which
Yeah.
that they didn't really mention too much during.
They had,
So-
like, no PC ports that whole conference, and
Yeah.
it was very disappointing.
But then it was kind of spread out throughout different conferences. I mean, like, what the
Okay.
PC conference had, it's like, oh, Killer Instinct is coming to PC.
Yeah.
So it's like things like that. I mean, yeah. Gears of War Ultimate Edition. That's the remake of the first one, available August 25th. Gears of War 4. Saw the demo trailer for that. Holiday 2016. Is Gears, but looks like more like survival horror-ish.
I know absolutely nothing about those games. I've tried to play one at one point, and I hated it. I don't like how they play.
I haven't actually gotten around to watching the new Gears of War stuff that was actually put out at E3.
Mhm.
But the Gears of War games, I guess it's just gonna play like the old ones.
Yeah.
It'll just be a case of, do things look different? Okay, so what are we shooting, and what am I using as cover this time? Lots of sandbags and small,
Waist-high walls.
Yeah, waist-high walls. Yeah, that'll do. That's what I was looking
Was
for.
there no
thank you,
Ice
Joe.
Cube this year, though?
No Ice Cube.
Yeah.
You do the Horde mode.
No, not the Horde Horde.
Yeah, this one has Laura Bailey in it, and I'm still not interested, so there you go.
Wow. Now
That's
that's
saying
something,
something.
ladies and gentlemen. He's
That-
in fucking love with Laura Bailey. He would have ditched
Who
our wedding to
is
marry
it?
her, and he won't even play this game. Because
Rachel, are you
What?
saying you wouldn't ditch your own wedding to go marry Laura Bailey?
No, I don't swing that way. Sorry, Laura. I love you, but not that way, dude. Where did this just go?
It went to Minecraft.
Yeah, okay. Good segue.
Minecraft in the bullshit HoloLens demo that
Okay.
totally wasn't staged.
I want that HoloLens if it's going to look like that, though.
I think it was actually confirmed by somebody that was a staged demonstration, and the actual product does not look anything like that.
But Minecon is going on right now, and they announced Minecraft for Windows 10, which is kind of like as close to Minecraft 2 as we're going to get. Mm-hmm. Which is crazy to think like that just happened.
Microsoft as a whole is really sore because Windows 8, when the Windows 8 Marketplace came out, a bunch of game developers were saying like, hey, this is stupid and bad for business, and we don't want any part in it. And they asked Notch, like, hey, what can we do to help you get Minecraft ready to sell on Windows 8? And he was like, that'll never happen. I refuse. And then Microsoft bought Mojang.
Yep.
So
So, yeah. It was an interesting year for Microsoft overall, I think. And they have some uphill struggles as well. Yeah, they showed different games that they have for 2015. So like Fable Legends is in there, and Forza 6 is in there. And they got the guy from Ford up there, which is weird. He's like, okay, I'm going to go back on a plane to Detroit. Indie games are improving as well. I mean, Cuphead was one of the big surprises on the show for people that were playing on the floor, and the game that looks like it's from 1930s animation, which that looks really cool. Mm-hmm. Things like Beyond Eyes and Ion and little projects like that. The game is not a game, but they have a big problem in Europe, where still PlayStation in different countries has either between a 70% to a 90% market share. So they have a big hurdle. They have Gamescom coming up. Microsoft will be at Gamescom on August 4th. They're having their conference during the day. And you're going to have Quantum Break there. You're going to have Crackdown there. You're going to have Scalebound there. So they have games to show, and they're going to have to try to win over that market. But I think they're looking pretty okay for 2015 when they keep saying like they have their best lineup of games ever. It was a pretty straightforward conference. It was a good conference, but yeah, nothing outstanding as far as surprises and just entertainment value, I think. I mean, yeah, the backwards compatibility is the big news, but it has all these caveats.
They were really boring this year. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't remember fucking anything. Like, oh my god, I don't remember anything. I don't remember anything.
I think the weirdest words to end a demo ever. Zombie Pigman.
Zombie Pigman.
And that's how it ended.
It was so
Dun,
weird.
dun, dun, dun.
Show me your news.